Thomas Woodrow Wilson was born in Staunton, Virginia on December 28, 1856. As a child, Tommy was a nerdy, dyslexic mama's boy who moved a lot and had few friends because he was a huge loser. Poor little Tommy. His father, a reverend, raised him as a devout Christian. Wilson attended Princeton to study political science. He was on the debate team and was the president of the Glee Club. What a huge loser. He attended Virginia Law School but later dropped out because he found it boring, just like his sex life. Wilson continued his education by getting a PhD in political science from Johns Hopkins University. He remains the only U.S. president with a doctorate. Nerd. Wilson fell in love with his first cousin Hattie, but she found him creepy and unattractive, so he married Ellen Axon, an educated daughter of a Georgia minister instead. The world thanks you, Hattie. Obviously your mother did not. As president of Princeton, Wilson's radical reforms caught the eye of Democratic leader William Jennings Bryan. Wilson fixed the curriculum and instruction at Princeton. He would have fixed more, but the chairman wouldn't let him. Stupid chairman. Wilson became governor of New Jersey in 1910 and enacted many progressive policies, including election reform and regulation of utilities. Wilson made New Jersey a respectable state for 100 years. Then Chris Christie happened. In 1915, Wilson called a meeting to the White House to praise the KKK for protecting the Southern Empire. Even though he was progressive, he was a huge racist. Good job, Mr. President. Segregation is not a humiliation, but a benefit, and ought to be so regarded by you, gentlemen. Wilson's re-election campaign ran on the slogan, "He kept us out of the war." Unfortunately for him, America entered World War I a year later. Fabulous work there, Mr. President! The Clayton Antitrust Act was established during Wilson's presidency, which prevented monopolies and trusts. It also ruined a lot of lives, just like the board game. After Wilson screwed up his campaign promise and got the U.S. into World War I, he established the League of Nations, which was yet another one of his epic failures. Way to go, Woody! Even though Wilson established the League of Nations, Congress refused to let him join. The League crumbled around him like a cake made of water, thus causing World War II. Thanks, Congress. You were effectively Hitler's baby mama. How do you feel about that? Wilson earned the Nobel Peace Prize for making the failure that was the League of Nations, making him the second least qualified person to ever win that prize after, guess who? Thanks, Obama. Hey, have you ever wondered who created Mother's Day? Neither did I. Anyway, it was Woodrow Wilson in case you were wondering, which you weren't. I suppose it makes sense, considering that he, quote, clung to his mother's apron strings, unquote. What a loser. After his presidency, Wilson lived in an elegant townhouse and became president of America's Historical Society. Now, however, he is president of America's Historical Graveyard because he's dead.